happening right about now.
Like that.
How are you?
I'm doing good, Janice. It's a pleasure meeting you. You look amazing.
We're twinning.
How?
I have to go get a fresh, but I almost was going to wear a hat because I got growth and I'm like, oh God, I got to go cut my hair.
Yeah, no, I just did mine. I spent about an hour at the spot, just
Okay.
I wanted to be right for you, you know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
well. So you're hosting the show August 28th, huh?
yes, I am. I'm very humbled by it. Everybody that's on the lineup, I'm look up to, Samantha Fox. I've never seen her perform live. You've never seen perform live. Expose, Jody Watley, Tony Moran's a dear, good friend of mine.
I know Tony very well. Tony's a great guy.
Voice and Fashion, those are my boys. Susie Carr, an incredible talent. Turbo. Come on, man. Like, what's there?
I used to tour with Turbo. A lot of people don't know.
I saw that.
I was the replacement singer.
I know
at the
that.
height of their career. I was out there doing all the songs from the record at the height of the power.
Yeah, you had the power. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You literally had power.
It was a very interesting being a replacement singer and being able to experience what that type of sudden notoriety and fame does to someone. I learned a lot. I learned what not to do. I learned how to treat people with kindness because it's really overwhelming. Notoriety fame is something that's very hard to navigate because there's so many people want access to you and so many people want to make money off you. So it can stir a lot of trouble in your soul.
Yeah.
It can make you behave like a troubled person. So, Turbo is such a great talent, but fame part and navigating being the boss, it was really difficult for him at times.
Yeah, he was the boss. You saying he was being the boss, or he was having?
We had a whole band. We had 11 people. And so leadership skills take a certain type of finesse where you know how to talk to people, respect people.
Sure. Yeah.
If you don't have that type of training or experience, you can come across very aggressive and toxic. And it was, and this is only in hindsight, like not, you know what I'm saying? Like it's all in hindsight for me. But while I was in it, I spent a year and then I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't.
Yeah. Are you guys still good friends or?
Yeah, we're cool. We just did a show. We're cool. Okay. It was good to see him.
Okay, that's always good. Yeah, that's always good.
It was definitely a lot to navigate.
Would you say that because there's a lot of artists and they have this question in their mind. They're like, I'm starting to get a little heat. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the radio. Things are starting to pop off. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling myself. And all of this, is it time to get a manager? Or should I just steer the ship for a little while longer and wait till I get some more capital so that I'm not feeling what a manager's going to be charging me? Like when do you make that decision, or do you ever make that decision?
Well, here's the thing, because I've had, my career has been in every component you can imagine. Now I'm like independent, no manager. Like now I have a virtual assistant. Okay. Virtual meaning like, okay.
No, I know. I have one too. I know what you're saying.
Exactly. It looks good. This is my personal assistant, but I'm handling it. What I would say is the younger version of me knows the old-fashioned way. Manager, A&R, record company. That is the old-fashioned. That is the old oligarchy way of looking at it. All I focus on is the art, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that model is not as lucrative.
You're not working here right now.
No, because here's the thing. Depending on now, if you are of the caliber of a Beyonce or someone like that, you need
Glam squad. Yeah.
You need a whole thing. But if you are dealing with being of a certain era, a certain sound, you do things a little different. So I can say from my perspective now, I'm very independent. I have a record coming out on Armada Records. It's one single. Will I do more with them? Maybe. A lot of people sending me records to record. Yes. Because the moment you start getting traction and the moment you start having visibility, everybody now has a way to reach you.
Yep.
They slide in my DMs. They email my virtual assistant. And, I try and look at it like, well, okay, I have a vocal fee. I'm not just singing on your record. And I helped a lot of DJs, because it was an unknown DJ from Italy that came to me and asked me to write and sing Dreamer. I sat in his car, played me a bunch of records from 1993. And he said, we want to do something like this, all right? And I said, okay. He gave me the track. And then I left. I said, I'll write it. I'll be back in 2 days. I wrote it on a train. I walked in the studio. There were 2 producers, 2 brothers, and the 2 DJs. And it was the DJ's vision of making this group name, right? And the 2 brothers ended up screwing him over. He sued and won against them in Italy. That's why I don't really like to say I'm living joy no more, because I'm not. But he died of cancer. A lot of people don't know this. The guy that came to me, he was a local DJ, and then they had a record company in England, Italian guy who had ties in England. The independent label bought it to MCA. And at this point, I really wasn't, I wasn't contractually tied to anybody. I was just like, call me if it happens. Well, the rest of the story. It happened.
It happened big time.
But it was happening in 94. It happened. They shot a video with a model just dancing. They really tried to black box me. And when they realized how big it was going to be, I got a call from Wolfie, Steve Wolf, the A&R. And he called me. I was working at the Gap in New York, Upper West Side. And he said, are you Janice Robinson? I said, yeah. Did you write a song called Dreamer? I'm like, yeah. And that's when I had to get a lawyer and we had to do a song split. Because I was doing this unknown DJ a favor.
Yeah.
And so that's why now, if someone who comes to me doesn't have notoriety, or let's just say don't have a big following, because that's what we measure everything now based on who follows you. It's so bizarre to me. I feel like a fish out of water half the time.
Yeah, I will say one thing about that. I think what's really more important than people following you is the kind of interaction that you have with your audience. That's what really should count, not how many followers you have.
Yeah, I've been taking people on a journey. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The engagement. Yeah.
The people that have been following me I feel like I have a personal connection because they've emotionally invested in my story. Because I've used my social media to share my story. And when I announced 2 years ago that I was filming, mind you, 4 to 5 years ago, I started talking about doing a documentary and I started making little edits. So I manifested a documentary by teaching myself how to edit. I knew I had a story. I knew that after I did X Factor, after my daughter was diagnosed with a brain tumor, after There Must Be Love blew up in Italy and I'm working with David Morales, and after my little brother passing away on the same day my father died from a brain aneurysm, after all this stuff, after I stayed with DJ Chris Padilla in his last 33 days of life because he was diagnosed with cancer and he had to go in hospice care, and I shared the journey on Facebook. And one of the things people don't realize is that Chris Padilla and I had never met. I went to his bedside because I didn't see him. He wasn't messaging me and I got really worried. And then the roommate he had texted me and said, "Are you friends with Chris? He's at my house." And I'll never forget, I drove across the alley to Hollywood and I found Chris damn near dying. And I got on Facebook and I tagged and I posted, I said, we have to help him. One, we have to find his mother. That's one of the most special things I've ever done in my life. Like, I just showed up for a man that was dying. Mm-hmm. And you know why? Because he loved my music.
Gotta bring back that feeling. Yeah. You know the one I'm talking about.
DJ Sama.
That feeling that's been gone for way too long. Remember when the music just felt so good?
and he loved me.
Yeah.
And
That's
he checked
amazing.
on me after my little brother died. Chris Padilla used to write me. Here he was with friggin' a cancer diagnosis, but he was always checking on me. So those virtual relationships that people have,
Yeah.
they very special. I
Yeah,
can
those are
say for me.
spiritual connections. That's, you know,
Yeah.
that's
That
heaven
spiritual
sent.
connection.
Yeah.
And I showed up, and I'll never forget. It was May 3rd, and he passed away June 19th. And I still have the plant that I bought him on his 8 days in hospice.
Yeah. I'm going to read something that I found on your feed. It resonated with me. I was like, wow, she's a very, how do I say, holy woman that is very grateful. And anytime I see somebody that is grateful, like gives back to the universe, it lets me know that they've got unity within themselves.
Yes.
So let's see if I can read this real quick. Words cannot describe what I feel like to finally see my name on the cover, to see my face on the cover, and to see the title of a song I wrote 33 years ago on a train in Italy. The moment, this very moment, powerful beyond words, because what it represents is that I never gave up on myself and God never gave up on me. Dreamer Reimagined is more than a release for me. It is healing. It is redemption. It is truth. It is finally reclaiming my story and standing proudly in my own name as Janice Robinson. If you've been following my journey over the last 15, 20, or 30 years, then you've watched it happen in real time. You've watched me rebuild my entire career piece by piece through heartbreak, motherhood, teaching, survival, faith, music, and perseverance. So please save your copy of Dreamer Reimagined. Please share it. Please go on this journey with me, because this is not just about a song anymore. It's about what happens when a woman refuses to quit on her dream.
Yeah, I meant every word. And that's what my documentary is about. And I've been filming last 2 years of my life in real time. And so you will see everything. You will see me doing a one-woman show. You will see me cooking for my daughters. You will see me driving Uber. You will see me making life happen. You will see me walking in a classroom teaching. I'm a single mom, so I have a quality of life that my music gave me that before I had kids, you know, if I didn't have kids, I'd be all right. But because I got kids, it ain't all right. I gotta work. I gotta work hard.
Yeah, you're keeping it real.
When people find like, and I'm not going to say much more about it, but let's just say you'll see the film is you're just going to be like I literally got off stage from Royal Albert Hall, got on a plane, got in my car, turned on the app, and did Destination from Miami here. I was just with a 50-piece orchestra.
That somehow, because I could imagine, I've never done Uber, but I've done other jobs, and
alternate supplemental.
Yeah, exactly. But driving an Uber is like, there's a connection there. There's a connection there, because you got all these random people coming in, and you know, a lot of them want to strike up a conversation with them. You know what I mean? That's great content for you and your documentary, boy. That's that dollar, whatever you want to call it, move is going to make you $1 million move.
All I can say is that the journey for the last 2 years, and I'm still filming. I guess, yes, you will be officially in my documentary because I've got to share this. But what I will say, my story of what a deep relationship with God looks like from the outside watching.
Yeah.
What real, people say, oh, I got the faith of a mustard seed. You hear a lot of people, Christians talking. No, you will really see how God moves in my life. And you will just be like, yeah. And the camera's rolling. Things happen. Moments happen. Doors open. It's just amazing moments of just, I always say, God will never leave me. And I'm getting ready to record this song called God Showed Up For Me. And it's funny because, I don't really to a church institution, because I've had to have such a one-on-one relationship with God. And so I have a quiet, private, in my car, in my closet, in my shower, me and God be talking. And I always said, I remember 13 years ago, I was standing in Macy's and I was holding a fragrance bottle because I became a selling specialist, like the top fragrance makeup people, like Estee Lauder and Givenchy. And I was working in all the high-end department stores. And I said, I said, God, will you ever let me hold the microphone again? You know, because if you let me hold the microphone again, I promise you, I will let everybody know how good you are. I will. Like, it was like me and God, it's just like me and God, like my faith. There's nothing else to talk about. Like, I always find it, like, you know.
I mean, you know, in God's famous words, right? Be fruitful, multiply, and have dominion. You know, those are the things that.
But it's the promise. People got to understand we've all been something. God's promise. Yes, you know, we've all been promised abundance.
Yeah. We're changing lives even when we don't know it, right? We're transforming the words that we say. Yeah, we're doing a lot of things. Like right now, somebody's listening to this and they're getting so much valuable information from it. And I'm all about trajectory and collapsing to success.
Yes.
The ones that pay attention, right? So with that being said, you know how you get transported from one space to another space, like in spurts sometimes because you're making the right moves. What would you say to, you know, an up and coming singer that has the goods and is good hearted and is willing to do the work? What kind of collapse can they do to avoid maybe 4, 5, 10 years of frustration and aggravation to fast track their way to that?
First of all,
that promise?
It's about the journey.
Yeah.
And there is no fast pace because going slow, going at God's time is the best time. And the best thing I would say to somebody right now, I would say isolation leads to transformation, which ultimately leads to elevation. You have to be okay with being isolated. You got to be okay when it's just, there's no crowd, there's no audience, there's no autographs, there's nothing, but it's you and your peace of mind and your heart and soul, and God hears you. And you have to be able to be stripped down, butt-ass naked, and let God work on you, and then let your life be transformed, and then the elevation will come from that. And that's what I know for sure. Yeah,
it's like be, do, have, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be the person that you want to be. You got to do the work, and then you can have what you've always wanted.
You got to prepare for it.
Yeah, but just like a tree, you see the fruits, right? You see the fruits and you see the green leaves.
But you don't understand the roots.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. The roots go the other way. You know what I'm saying?
You go down in the dirt.
That's in the dirt. That's the work that you got to put in before you can become that tree.
I was really on the wings of my mother and father's prayers because my father was a Baptist preacher.
Yeah, I read that.
My mother was a school teacher. So my dad had this beautiful Baptist church, and like my whole life was already ordained, and I was going to acting school, went to school for theater, and I was just auditions, and I was blessed because my father built this anointed hedge around me. So I always say I didn't really start praying until my dad closed his eyes and wasn't here no more.
Yeah, you started reading the Bible?
Yeah, I understood because I was a preacher's daughter, I had a covering. There's a covering over my life. And my mother closed her eyes, my father's closed his eyes. And when I tell you, it was like I had to go in the valley because I had to talk to God myself. My dad had been talking to God on my behalf. For a long time.
I get it. Dímelo, DJ Sama, and I want you to consider this your personal invite to the biggest concert of the summer. Friday, August 28th, we turn the Hard Rock Live into the ultimate dance and freestyle experience. This night is taking you straight back to the 80s and 90s, the memories, the music, the records you grew up with. Samantha Fox is performing live. Jody Watley is gracing the stage. Expose is taking you to the point of no return. 305's Ultra Near, giving you all you ever need. Tony Moran's bringing Arabian Night, and Sapphire with Don't Break My Heart. Come on. The 69 Boys will have everybody Tootsie rolling. And Snap is bringing the power. Voice and Fashion is going to take you back to the Rick's Bar days with Only in the Night. We also got Lime, No Mercy, Noel, Timmy T, Janice Robinson, and Susie Carr singing Fading Away, Dreaming, and all the freestyle classic you still know word for word. Mi gente, this is more than a concert. This is your high school memories all on one stage. Get your tickets now. It's going down Friday, August 28th at the Hard Rock Live. Don't miss the 80s and 90s ultimate dance and freestyle experience, y'all.
And so when I was 8 months pregnant and my dad was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and August 14th, my daughter was born, 2008. And then August 16th, my father passed away. That moment of a new 2-day-old baby, you know, and with her inside me, I was going to see my dad in the hospital. Then he went in hospice care. And then I went in and had the baby, but he held on. That moment, that journey, that like 7-week, 8-week journey of knowing my father was dying, but I had this life inside me. I was like, God, I was chosen for that journey. And my dad prepared me. He said, John, go get things in order. He was like, you got to go and do pre-funeral. He said, this is the scripture I want read. These are the pastors I want speaking. Like my dad prepared his own funeral. And I mean, the way he looked at death was like, I'm living. This is life. And so I say all that to say this, that moment, my dad, you know, it changed me. It changed me. And when I say I get visits, my God, I get so many signs. I get so many signs because I'm like, there was a reason why I came home off the road. There was a reason why I needed to be with my mom and dad, helping take care of them. I paused my whole career. Like after Tina Turner in 2001 or 2000, I paused, hit pause. And everything I paused, everything that I stopped came back to me like literally, I want to say 14 years later, 15 years later. I wrote a song with David Morales called There Must Be Love. And the whole country of Italy fell in love with this song. And all of a sudden, after a 14-year hiatus, I started thinking like an artist again.
That's cool. That's very cool. You needed that downtime.
I did. You needed that downtime. God knew my dad, my mom, and my little brother were not going to be with me for long. So he took me home. I mean, when I say I was humbled down, I got a regular job and I wore the same outfit. Every time I got asked to go sing, I think I did one show, maybe I did 7 shows a year. It was usually a gay pride and I wore the same outfit because I didn't have no stage outfits. I had gotten very large, so I couldn't fit certain clothes. And I think it was the first time in 2016 that I said, I'm an artist again. And that was only 10 years ago.
Yeah, you were like, okay, time to get back in shape.
And I couldn't walk for 4 months. And I had to be in physical therapy for 11. It was crazy. And I broke my leg and ankle. It was very traumatizing. And I just had the big comeback. So those are the moments. I always say, you know, you have these big moments. And here's what I'll tell anybody that's out there listening. The joys of life are amazing. And the sorrows of life are deeply sad. They will coexist at the same time. And that's just life.
Yeah, I think those are preparations and learning lessons for me.
Yeah. It's always the pendulum. Like you could be in the greatest moment, and then seconds later, you could be dropped to the ends of the earth. It was May 24th. I get a DM from one of the talent people for Thames TV. And hello, my name is Erica. I work for Thames TV. We produce shows like Britain's Got Talent and X Factor. And we would like to talk to you. We're very interested in you. This is May 24th, 2018. I looked at the message and said, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Out of all the 90s dance divas they could have picked, they picked me. Because you see, I was going to Italy all the time, singing in front of these big crowds, and my social media was starting to look really good. Somebody noticed. And 6 days later, I told my daughters in the car, Mommy gonna be on TV. Mommy gonna be on TV. And my daughters were like, Mommy gonna be on TV. The joy. 6 days later, May 30th, my daughter says to me, Mommy, I don't think I did good on my final exams. The computer was really, I think I need new glasses. I said, okay, I'll take you to the eye doctor. I take my 15-and-a-half-year-old to the eye doctor. And the eye doctor is looking in her eyes and he's like, Janice, I need you to get to the emergency room right now. I see something. I said, well, what do you mean? And he writes on this paper, the tumor cerebri. And I see the word tumor. I said, tumor? He said, get to the emergency room right now, right now. I take her to the emergency room. I show them the paper. Doctors come running. Bing, bang, boom. People are coming in the room. They're doing spinal taps. They're like, we're trying to keep your daughter from losing her vision. She was diagnosed with a brain tumor. 6 days later, after, Mommy gonna be on TV. 6 days later, your daughter is losing her vision. She has a brain tumor. And the spinal fluid was resting on her optic nerves. We ended up staying in the hospital for 2 months, 4 eye surgeries, and a brain surgery. My daughter is what they would say visually impaired now. She's not in darkness because I knew God wouldn't do me like that. I was like, come on. You know, a little blurry.
She's alive, man. She's alive. That's
she's alive.
Yeah.
And she's not in darkness.
Yes.
So I praise him. I'm like, ooh, thank you, Lord. And she's 23 now.
Wow.
I say all that to say, when I did that audition on X Factor, that was 12 days after her brain surgery.
Yeah.
My niece flew in to take care of her. And I went on that show and that whole experience. And it's so funny because it's like the heartbreak and heartache and the heaviness that I was carrying, but the smile on my face.
I saw it. I saw the performance and I was like, she looks like she's like, you know, she's all up in it to win it. That's what it looked like. You know what I'm saying?
It was a great experience, but I had to, after I made the live shows and everything, I said, I gotta go home. I couldn't stay. So they make it look like I got voted. I didn't get enough votes, but I needed to go home.
Did you want to stay on or did you really?
No. The nanny that I hired wasn't working out with my daughters and I just had to get home. That's the thing. Like even now.
That real quick here. Let me see here. So it was this part right here. Let me see here. Okay, so here we go.
It started. You hear that?
Come on, man. Stop it. Oh my God.
It was a moment.
And even on your Instagram, you know what I mean. You've got you doing the Dreamer live, right? You got it where you're doing it live. I think it was either this one
podcast. You know my name. You don't know. Here. You know my voice.
Right there, you're doing it. That was a great performance that you did in the studio right there.
That was live.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, whoa, that's right. That's killing it.
Well, I'm proud. I've written a lot of songs. I've written like 37 singles for other artists. I've written a rock album. I toured and opened up for Tina Turner. It's funny because Tina Turner was retiring and she picked me as her.
That must have been incredible. Yeah.
Well, I got a PhD in performing. Well, usually I'm always on stage for 15 to 20 minutes, but I have enough songs now to be on stage for 45, but I have to edit it down because it is always about elevating the people to have an experience that they cherish and remember forever.
Now, when you do your shows and you get off the stage, are you your worst critic? Or are you always like, it is what it is, I left it out there, I don't even want to see a video?
No, when I get off the stage, my adrenaline is so high, I can't go to sleep. After every performance, I give my all. When I get off the stage, I don't even talk to people when I get off stage.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah, like I can't even...
You don't do the signing autographs and all that stuff?
No, I'll say hi to people and things like that, but I won't do that for long.
Hey, it's DJ Sama reminding you that June 5th is going down at Cafe 27, the big Freestyle Friday. This one's going to be the biggest one yet. Just picture a high school reunion for the class of the 80s and 90s. All riled up, chanting their favorite jams all night long. The party kicks off at 8 p.m., and you just have to be there. Cafe 27, right off of Griffin Road, U.S. Highway 27 in Weston. Free parking, free admission. It's on and popping with DJ Sama. You are going to be a part of something historical each and every Freestyle Friday, which happens the 1st and 3rd of every month. I'll see you June 5th at Cafe 27, for the one and only Freestyle Friday, where we get fuera de control.
Like I have a 30-minute window where I can be cordial, but then I gotta go.
Shut it down. Yeah, because there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of, you're at a high frequency, you know what I mean, when you're doing all of that. And then if when you get off stage, you gotta cool down. Yeah.
I gotta cool down. I have to come back to reality. I'm still amazed at that I'm still standing. I'm amazed that I still get to walk on stage. Different things.
Yeah.
Because made the name Live and Joy very famous with Dreamer.
Yeah.
It continued to be famous. They got another young lady after I left, and they just said, well, now she's Live and Joy. And so people didn't recognize the difference because, you know, they already think all black girls look alike. So, you know, that young lady came on and kind of took on the notoriety of Live and Joy because they didn't do Live and Joy featuring. It was always Live and Joy. So there's this kind of like misconception.
Yeah.
And finally, after I did X Factor, Universal realized, we better put her name. And then all of a sudden you go in iTunes, you see Live and Joy Dreamer, Janice Robinson vocal. They didn't have that. They didn't never have that. No, they put that after I did X Factor. I noticed. I was like, because they got Janice Robinson vocal, but that's not my picture on the cover. It's music industry.
It's like, I'm gonna say this, right? And this is with all the respect in the world. There's certain artists, you know, that when, you know, they've been doing it for a minute, right? And they're a little older now, just like I'm an older DJ, same thing. But I'm a kid at heart, right?
Yeah.
Like, when I get on them turntables, I'll shut down a 21-year-old. They can't mess with me. You know why? Because I go all in. I'm ham. I go ham, right? So
that's that passion.
Yeah, that's that spirit, right? And that's what I see in you. I see like you still got that drive. You still got that love. You're not just going up there to, okay, let me get this check.
Going through the motions, wearing something.
Bounce, you know what I mean? You ain't just trying to get a check. You are in it to win it. You like, yeah, I'm still all this. Yeah. And
that's why you see in my costumes and my makeup and I make an effort. There's a lot of artists from the 90s and 80s that just will put on a t-shirt and jeans. And I'm like, really? That's what we're doing? Okay.
Put some effort behind it.
I have an old head to toe, you know, and that takes discipline.
Yeah.
And that takes commitment.
Do you like singing or performing better?
I like the performing. I like to. I'm more about the connection with the audience. Yeah. I'm still the 5-year-old little girl who held a microphone in a Baptist church, and when I started singing, the church started shouting. That is the moment that forever changed my life. I said, "Wow, you mean when I do that, it makes people happy? I want to do that." And that's how I became a singer. As I was 5, and I saw the sing, baby. Yes, sing. And I said, you mean I could just sing and people are going to be happy? So that's how and why I'm still standing. I'm still 5 years old.
Are you teaching singing in your school? Is that what you're doing as a teacher?
I have one student. No, I'm a district teacher. So 1 minute I'll be teaching English, 1 minute I'm teaching science, 1 minute I'm teaching history, 1 minute I'm teaching kids how to read. Yeah, I'm a district specialist.
Okay. So you don't want to.
I'm always in demand.
You don't want to teach the next Janice Robinson how to sing privately or anything like that. You don't have the inspiration to do that.
No. Here's the thing. I have one student right now that I teach to sing and write. The thing is, because I have seen this whole new generation, I've watched them. I've been teaching now for 14 years. So I have had students who are now, 24, 25. I've had students now that are like 28, 29. I've been teaching that long. And the students I've had, let's just say in the last 5 years, kids have changed. The world has changed. And because the world has changed, the kids are experiencing life differently. And so the outcome of these kids are different. And so that is one of the things that inspired me to come back to the forefront a little bit so I could help young people understand
the way to do it.
You said that. I'll say it
Yeah.
more. I'll
You
say
know
it
why I
more.
say that? You know why I say that? Because I'm gonna be humble about it, but I gotta keep it real. I really gotta keep it real because they're missing the point. One, they're missing the point, and they're seeing false revelations on how things get materialized. Okay.
Yeah.
What you're seeing on Instagram and what you're seeing on TikTok is not reality all the time. There's so much more behind the scenes work that you got to put in to get that kind of gratification or that kind of effect. It just don't happen overnight. And the whole grooming part got lost in the shuffle.
So let me articulate it in a way that that young person, that 19, 17, 18-year-old that's listening.
Yeah,
can
well, that's the way.
comprehend.
That's the best I
Okay.
can do, Janice.
Well, see,
Okay.
I'm an educator, so I'm
Okay.
going to, so I have a little finesse about it because you straight, no chaser. Here's the thing. When you see so much notoriety overnight, okay? When you see people go from singing in their grandma's living room and now they're a star. When you see these machines, these TV competition shows, and you see these influencers, and you see people get that it's an instant gratification thing that's happening now. Whereas you are chosen for your assignment. There's a purpose. There's a purpose in your life. There's an assignment placed on your life. There's a whole spiritual alignment that goes with the responsibility of your gifts. And what has gotten lost is that the young people are not experiencing that alignment and that understanding of what their gift is and the power of it and how it is supposed to be used to uplift and bring people up. It is not a self-consumed experience. It's not about you. It's about what your life does in the lives of others.
Yeah.
And so that is what's important. Understanding your divine purpose. Like why are you waking up and swimming 80 laps? Because you want to swim in the Olympics one day. Why are you doing choreography for 7 hours practicing? Because your dancing brings joy to others. Because your swimming brings hope to others. It is all about what your gift does for others.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
And
You got to provide value. Not
Right.
be interesting, be interested.
Yeah. And unfortunately, this Gen Z and this millennials, it's a microwavable type of experience for them.
That's why they get the low self-esteem because
that's why there's so much
suicide
anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
And so I'm really genuinely concerned. I said, child, let me show up in my damn 50s and help these kids. Like I'm really, I'm like, come on, baby. You know, and I see them. You should have seen when I was on X Factor and I'm watching the kids and, you know, and they all put us in this house. I stayed in the guest house because I was like, and they were staying up to 2 a.m. Like your body is so important and you have to have rest and this. But when you're young, you feel invincible.
Yeah, of course.
They didn't have the discipline.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm still close with a couple of the artists there. There's a few doing really well. Shan Aiko, who is just the most talented. She is just a Broadway force and singer, songwriter, guitar player. And Jay Soul, he has created a band and he's touring. And like, yeah, it's those are the two artists that I'm probably the most proud of. And then there's Bella. I see her social media and I'm like, okay, she's still, you know, but other than that, you know, and then there's the choir that was on there. I forget what they were called. The LMF? I can't remember, but that was 8 years ago, you know?
Yeah.
That was 8
Now,
years
do you ever like feel a certain kind of way according to the lineup that they put you in when you go to perform? Like, let's say, like the lineup at the Hard Rock. Like, is it important to you to perform at a certain number, or you're good with whatever?
Listen, I'm grateful for singing in somebody's backyard on a platform stage. Anytime I'm asked to sing, I know that I was assigned by a higher power, a higher calling.
Because at the end of the day, when you're on stage, you're going to do what you do, right? I look at people that feel that there's scarcity and want to let them know otherwise and say, listen, everybody has enough to go around. You're good. Don't live in scarcity, because then you're belittling your accomplishments.
I'm just a child of God. Tell people all the time, I'm just a child of God who sat on a little white rock on her dead end block in Garfield, New Jersey. And it's funny because I was coming home while I was on tour, while I had a hit record. What's happened? There's people in my own hometown that had no idea. They're now discovering it. Kids I went to high school with. I went to Garfield High, but then Joe Clark was doing great things in Patterson, and my dad signed me out of Garfield and put me in Eastside High. Joe Clark, yes, Crazy Joe with the baseball bat, the movie Lean on Me. That's my high school. Joe Clark was my principal.
Wow.
So having him as my principal, he made me believe, and my music teacher and Joe Clark made me believe I could do great things.
And they were right.
And when you that's why I love being around the kids, because I'm like, I got future NBA players, future NFL stars, future doctors, future
and you're
lawyers.
Inspiring them, to be
and
that.
I said, I know I'm gonna be good in my old age, because them kids are gonna find J Mama. That's my nickname. My students gonna find J Mama. J Mama, I got you.
Yeah. So are we single? Are we married? What we doing on the relationship side? What we doing?
We are raising 2 beautiful daughters, and I have to be a role model.
Okay.
And I am.
Because you live in Naples, when you live.
I'm surrounded by millionaires, and that's the problem.
When you live in Naples, there's a reason for it. You know what I mean? You just don't wake up one day and go, "Oh, I think I want to move to Naples." It just don't happen like that.
On black.
No, man, I'm just Janice. I'm just saying, like when I heard you lived in Naples, I was like, okay, there's got to be a rhyme to that reason.
No, I moved down here because actually in 2013 I escaped an abusive man up in New Jersey. I was getting out and away from somebody that was very toxic, abusive.
Yeah, we've had those in our lives before.
I just wanted somewhere safe, and so I moved into a gated community because I had 11-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I came down here, no friends, no family. It's like that scene in the movie with Juliet Roberts. I started my life over very quietly here, and I'm probably going to find myself in Italy as a snowbird, and I'll keep here. I'll split my time between here and Italy.
Yeah, Italy, I see that. Yeah, I see that you can do that because Italy got so much love for you. Why would you not?
Oh my God!
Spend some time out there. You know what I mean? And I go. I love Naples. I love going. I go to Great Wolf Lodge. I take my kids over there to Great Wolf Lodge.
That's down. That's about 10 miles down.
That indoor water park is amazing. I love it. Yeah.
I hear. That's really 1 mile from the high school I teach at. So I go down that road to teach.
Well, when you come August, what is it, 28. When you come August 28th, you better come a couple of days early because I'm taking you out to eat some rice and beans.
Oh yes, arroz con pollo.
Yeah. It's gonna be picadillo. Picadillo, bistec empanizado.
And then you can show me how to really make a good sofrito. I've been asking all my Puerto Rican friends and can somebody help me make fresh sofrito?
We'll do a Cuban style. Yeah, we're gonna do a Cuban style.
Okay, Cuban style.
I'm gonna have you saying, "Wepa!"
Yo hablas español porque yo un profesor mucho estudiante hablas español.
Yo veo.
Colombia.
Sí,
yeah, I speak some Spanish now.
Sí, no, yo veo porque tú eres tremenda. Dale, cha-cha-cha. Wepa.
Dígame. Okay.
I see you on a Spanish track. Have you ever done a Latin track? Because that's what I want to do with you.
I'm looking forward to using, because I speak fluent Italian. So being that I speak fluent Italian, I can adapt to Spanish very quickly.
Okay.
And so I do see me singing in Spanish and Italian. I see a whole other journey happening.
Yeah.
And because of the love that the people have for me in Italy, I'm like, I think I need to look into singing in their language, maybe.
Why not? That probably would blow the you know what up.
I know. I am. There's a song, Laura Pazzini, and every time I'm like, what if I did a cover? It's like, Ma cosa è andata non ritorni più. Gli occhi. No, let me stop.
No, keep going. Don't stop.
La solitudine non vai. Anyway,
I
I'm gonna
like
learn
that.
to sing. Yeah,
I
I'm gonna learn
like
to
that.
sing. I'm gonna learn to sing.
I wanted to play this
Spanish.
a piece of this. Tell me if you can hear this. Hold on a second. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me what you think about this track.
Nice. That's really good.
Okay. All right. I wanted to make sure I was on the right path.
Yeah.
To what I want to
happy
present to
piano.
you. Yeah.
Happy piano.
Yeah. I want to present that to you when I'm finished with the rough.
Okay. Absolutely. Sounds like a plan.
I'm doing that song for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I went from doing a podcast to getting a hit song.
Yeah, why not? Why not? So once again, the 28th of August, it's touching down at the Hard Rock Hollywood. We talking about the biggest concert of the summer, ultimate dance and freestyle experience with none other than Samantha Fox, Expose, Jody Watley, Janice Robinson, Voice and Fashion, Susie Carr, Turbo, 69 Boys, Timmy T, No Mercy, Line, and more groups being announced. Sweetheart, I just want to thank you for this interview. I really am grateful, and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day. Love you, baby girl. God bless you.
The Felix Summer Hip Hop Podcast, dropping it right about now.
Keeping it 100, most venues do not have a location problem. They have an entertainment problem. The night feels slow. The music misses the crowd. The lighting feels flat. The promotion is weak. The room has no clear identity. That is where Sama Entertainment Consulting comes in. I'm Felix Sama. We help nightclubs, lounges, restaurants, and venues turn slow nights into signature nights. We study the room, we identify the right audience, we build stronger theme nights, we bring in the right DJs, live bands, hosts, and entertainment. We improve the sound, lighting, visuals, music, programming, marketing, promotion, and customer experience, because a great night is not one thing, it's the right mix of energy, strategy, talent, production, and promotion. When the room feels alive, people stay longer, they spend more, they come back, and they bring their friends. Sama Entertainment Consulting gives your venue a real entertainment strategy, not guesswork. If your venue has slow nights, empty dance floors, weak themes, or no reason for people to return, let's fix it. Book a venue strategy call today. Sama Entertainment Consulting. Let's pack your place.